Hello. Okay, today we are talking about painting your watercolor project. So you should already have your project done and outlined in Sharpie. We tessellated in class, and then you went back, outlined everything in Sharpie, and erased all of your pencil lines. Now we are transitioning back to your pie piece to talk about how to paint it for your project. So we're going to be painting on this little piece first before we get to your project to lay out what you want to do and make sure that we don't make any mistakes once we get to our project. So two major things that you need to know. We are going to be using warm and cool colors on our project. So our warm colors are going to be red, orange, and yellow, and your cool colors are going to be blue, green, and purple. When we are painting, we also need to use our 10 watercolor technique. So we worked on this in class together, and we are going to pick 3 of these 10 techniques to include in our project. So already I have picked flat value and drop color as my 2 background techniques, and then I only need to include 1 more on my letters. So when I got to painting my background, I started with my background and then I'll be moving to my letters. You can work in either direction that you want to. If you want to work background first and then letters, or letters and then background, but do one completely and then the other. That way your colors do not bleed together. So I chose to do warm colors in my background and cool for my letters. You can choose cool on your background and warm for your letters if you would like, however you want to do it. In my background with my warm colors, I just did a flat wash here. I attempted some drop color in my E. It's orange and red, so they kind of blended together. I'm going to try to do drop color in another area too. And then I did orange flat value in the rest of my background. So a couple notes. If you're doing a drop color or a saran wrap or variegated, so any one of these 3 techniques, they look really cool, but they're best done in bigger areas. So I would not want to do a variegated wash in these little teeny tiny areas. That's something I would want to save when I have bigger spaces to work in. So I'm going to let this dry and then come back and I will paint my foreground with cool colors. All right, now that my warm colors in my background are dry, I am going to move into my cool colors in on my letters. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to use a saran wrap technique up here on my H. So I'm going to paint this in and make sure there's enough water so that my saran wrap can stick to it. Next, I am going to do a variegated wash with my blue, and I'm going to fade it into a green. So I'm going to get my blue and my green here on my paper, and then I'll use water to blend them together. I'm going to continue my green down here into my N with just another flat wash to kind of break up the variegated that I just did. So I've got some flat washes in here, a variegated and a saran wrap. And then if I bring this blue down here, I might be able to do just baby drop colors down here. Making sure I have enough water in this. I'll get a little bit of purple and do some drop color down here. So now I have multiple techniques. I have variegated as 1, flat wash as 2, saran wrap as 3, and then I did a 4th drop color down here at the very bottom. So once I'm done, I'm going to let this dry completely, and then I can start translating it to my project.